We got to talk about this Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair thing. I sure got to talk. I got to talk about it. Yeah, I got to talk about it, of course, and get my takes on it. And I see somebody watching. Whoever watching, hit the like button. Hopefully, you watch wrestling. I go ahead and start. Well, like I said, man, I don't like the direction this is going with Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair, but unlike most wrestling fans, I'm gonna at least let it play out. I'm gonna at least let it play out. But Alexa Bliss getting revenge on Charlotte Flair is needed. It's definitely needed. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully, hopefully it happens. It needs to play out. Somebody went off. What's going on? What's going on, y'all? Hopefully y'all watch wrestling. I hope so. But anyway, I want to talk about Alexa Bliss getting revenge on Charlotte Flair is needed. And like I said, if Alexa Bliss don't get revenge on Charlotte Flair, I riot because, like I said, Alexa Bliss getting revenge on Charlotte Flair is needed. And I don't like the direction this is going. Whatnot. I don't like the way it's going. The last thing I want to see is Alexa Bliss team up with Charlotte. No, I want to see her getting her revenge on Charlotte. That's what I want to see. I appreciate that. Appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that, my guy. So, oh, that's what's up, Mark. Welcome to the chat. Subscribe to my channel if you watch wrestling. If you don't watch wrestling, you're in the wrong chat. So hopefully you watch wrestling. But, yeah, so hopefully everybody in my chat watch wrestling. Hope so. Because I tend to get some weirdos in here that don't watch wrestling. I'd be like, honey, how y'all find my channel and y'all don't watch wrestling? Kind of weird. So, all right. So lately, Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. Well, Alexa Bliss had told Charlotte Flair like two Fridays ago on SmackDown in the back when Charlotte Flair went to the back when she got overbooed out the arena. Alexa Bliss was backstage and told Charlotte Flair let's chat. So I ain't gonna lie, I looked like a Christmas tree because I thought this was gonna be Alexa Bliss getting revenge on Charlotte, not realizing Alexa Bliss specifically told her let's chat. So I thought about it and I said, okay, I don't like the way this is going. I hope the last thing I want to see Alexa Bliss doing is helping Charlotte. Being, you know what I'm saying, due to what Charlotte Flair did to her doll Lily 4 years ago with Extreme Rules. You know what I'm saying? Alexa Bliss, she went into therapy behind it and whatnot. She took a while to recover. So for a long time, all I wanted was Alexa Bliss getting revenge on Charlotte and getting her first pinfall off Charlotte. All this is needed. Is needed. So with that being said, I don't like the direction this is going with Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. But like I said, I'm at least let it play out. I'm gonna let it cook and marinate through. And you know what I'm saying? And if it don't go the way I want it to, then I riot. Yeah. Kane is one of my favorites. Hell yeah, love Kane, man. I had all Kane action figures when I was a kid. Well, I had the Kane WF Jax action figure. I had the Kane Jax action figure. Yeah, I had Kane and the Undertaker in the pack. Man, my dad bought me Kane and the Undertaker in the same pack, and I had the Kane walkie talkie. So yeah, man, I'm a massive fan of Kane. Yeah, but let's get back to Alexa Bliss. All right, so like I said, Alexa Bliss getting revenge on Charlotte Flair is needed, and I don't like the direction this is going. But like I said, I'm gonna at least let it play out. I'm gonna let it cook. And yes, yeah. The Undertaker is one of my favorites too. Absolutely, The Undertaker is one of my favorites too. But I like Sting and Bret Hart better than The Undertaker and Kane. Sting and Bret Hart are my top two favorite wrestlers. I don't go against Sting or Bret Hart for nobody. But anyway, let's get back on topic. Uh, so we all remember what Alexa Bliss did to Charlotte Flair doll at Extreme Rules 4 years ago. She ripped the doll to shreds, and Bray Wyatt gave her that doll. So that doll meant a lot to Alexa Bliss. So definitely not liking the direction this is going with Alexa Bliss and Charlotte. But like I said, instead of just getting way ahead of myself and jumping the gun, let it play out. Let it cook and marinate through. And if it don't turn out the way that I want it to, and also the way as it should, then I get pissed off and riot. But let it play out. Let it play out at least. Fans already getting mad, jumping the gun, getting way ahead of themselves and letting it instead of just letting it play out. Or if Alexa Bliss teams up with Charlotte, this could also lead to Alexa Bliss turning on Charlotte Flair in the process and getting revenge on her for what she did to her doll Lily. If it turns out that way, then I'm okay with that. But I just don't want it. Me personally, in my book, I don't want Alexa Bliss teaming up with Charlotte Flair. Period. But I'm gonna just let it play out. Alexa Bliss is my top favorite female wrestler, and I was pissed off she lost to Charlotte Flair for the second time at Extreme Rules, and Charlotte Flair retained the title. But at the same time, I pretty much I knew Alexa Bliss won't win the title regardless because she was working on her marriage, so I respected that. But I at least wanted Alexa Bliss should have at least won. I at least wanted Alexa Bliss to win. No, Alexa Bliss should have won by a 10 count out or disqualification and let Charlotte Flair spoiled ass keep the title. That's how it should have went. Because it wouldn't have made sense for Alexa Bliss to dethrone Charlotte Flair for the Raw Women's Championship, and she was working on her marriage. I mean, she won. She went back to defend the title. Then she just basically, which no, she would have been held. She would have been holding the title hostage like Brock Lesnar did for a long time until Drew McIntyre had thrown him for it and brought the title back to normal. So no, that wouldn't have made sense. But Alexa could have at least won by a 10 countout or disqualification, and Charlotte keeps the title. When Alexa Bliss lost to Charlotte Flair for the second time, and Vince McMahon booked Charlotte Flair to rip the doll to shreds like it had no invincible powers, that killed all Alexa Bliss momentum. That killed all her momentum. After building her dark character strong, you book it to look weak to Charlotte. That shit pissed me off to the max. Because it made no fucking sense. But we all know how Vince McMahon acts about Ric Flair Jr. We all know how Vince McMahon acts about Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair was his golden girl. But not to say Triple H wouldn't book Charlotte Flair the same exact way. Because I got to understand, so a lot of people thought that Triple H would book Charlotte Flair different from Vince McMahon. They thought wrong. Even at first I thought, I'm not going to sit up here and say I never thought that. Even at first I thought the same thing until I realized it came to my senses real quick. I thought the same thing until I realized it came to my senses real quick. Triple H is Vince McMahon's son-in-law. and Triple H loves Charlotte just like Vince McMahon does. And let's call it a spade for spade. Has anything changed since Charlotte Flair came back? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. So I'm glad I came to my damn senses. So, and I was looking, Charlotte Flair is probably going to win a title from Tiffany Stratton somewhere down the line. As much as I hated to say that shit, we all know with Charlotte, whoever Charlotte lose the title to, she's going to win it. Well, she never beaten Tiffany Stratton for it. Tiffany Stratton is the only one out of everybody that actually retained her title against Charlotte Flair in her first title defense at WrestleMania. Tiffany Stratton is the one and only that actually, retained her title against Charlotte Flair in her first title defense against Charlotte. And it was at the grandest stage of them all, and she needed that win. Tiffany Stratton needed that WrestleMania win and retain her title against Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania. Because if Tiffany Stratton didn't retain against Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania, time would have proved me right once again. It would have proved my point how privileged Charlotte Flair is, and how she's handled everything whether she deserved it or not. That is a whole fact. That's a whole fact. So if Tiffany Stratton would have dropped that title to Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania 41, yeah, I would have rioted. I would have rioted because it would have been complete fucking bullshit. Why would have Charlotte needed that WrestleMania 41 win off of Tiffany Stratton? Tiffany Stratton is the younger talent. She's the younger talent. And Tiffany Stratton is one of my top favorite female wrestlers, just like Alexa Bliss. Although I like Alexa Bliss better. So it would have made no sense for Tiffany Stratton to drop the title to Charlotte Flair. All that would have did if Charlotte Flair would have won that title from Tiffany Stratton at WrestleMania, she would have just took a steaming diarrhea on Tiffany Stratton women's world title. That's it. That's it. And everybody and somebody, I ain't gonna say no names, but some dude talking about if Tiffany wins, we riot. And some YouTube, I'm not gonna say no names, but he said if Charlotte loses, we riot. Huh? Danny Zink. Yeah. So yeah, some YouTube, I ain't gonna say his name, I ain't gonna say no names, but he's also subscribed to my channel. But he said this, and he was like, if Tiffany wins, you know what I'm saying, we riot. And I'm like, first of all, who the fuck is we? Who the fuck? Yeah, no, he said if Charlotte loses, we riot. I'm like, who the fuck is we? I'm the I'm the top man one rooting for Tiffany Stratton. You got me all the way fucked up if you think I'm rooting for Charlotte Flair. Hell no. And what the fuck she need to win anyway. But if the shoe was on the other foot, and they said Tiffany Stratton was Charlotte Flair age, getting handed all the title opportunities, and Charlotte Flair was the younger talent like Tiffany Stratton is, and Tiffany Stratton didn't put her over at WrestleMania 41 like she should have. If Charlotte Flair was the women's world champion, she was younger, she was Tiffany Stratton age. So then it would have been a complete uproar. You know, that level of entitlement shit with Charlotte Flair. And I don't care, you can root for whoever you want, support whoever you want. But why does Charlotte Flair need to win a title at WrestleMania over Tiffany Stratton? When Tiffany Stratton is the obvious young talent. Bright future ahead of her. Very talented. Although she gets hated on, and I get hate for supporting her, but I don't give a fuck. So the right person won. The right person won and should have retained. But back to Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss and Charlotte. Alexa Bliss and Tiffany Stratton also crossed paths for the first time. Two of my top favorites in the same exact ring. So all right, Alexa Bliss versus Charlotte Flair. Now, like I said, Alexa Bliss and Tiffany Stratton Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss and Tiffany Stratton are two of my top favorite female wrestlers, but I do like Alexa Bliss a little bit better. But if they face off for the title, I would want Alexa Bliss to win because I don't go against Alexa Bliss for nobody, not even Tiffany Stratton. But if Tiffany Stratton was to retain, I wouldn't be mad about it at all. I'd be cool with it. But Alexa Bliss could cash in on Tiffany Stratton. If she cashes in on Tiffany Stratton and the thrones her for the women's world title, I'm cool. I'm cool with it. I'm all for it. Hell, you know what I'm saying? I'm be happy as hell if Alexa Bliss cashes in on Tiffany Stratton and the thrones her for the women's world, you know what I'm saying, title, I'm gonna like a damn Christmas tree. Because Alexa Bliss hasn't held a single women's world title in 7 years. That's a damn long time. That's a long time. So she hasn't held a singles championship in a long time, in quite a long time. But Roxanne Perez is my backup pick. If Alexa Bliss doesn't win it, Roxanne Perez is my backup pick who I want to win it. Because she's a younger talent. And this is her first ever time being in Women's Money in the Bank. Although I'm more so going for Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss is my top main pick. You know what I'm saying? I want Alexa Bliss to become a 2-time Money in the Bank winner. I don't give a fuck about what these fans have to say. They can cry, they can whine, bitch, moan, cry all they want to about Alexa Bliss. I want Alexa Bliss to win, you know what I'm saying, the Women's Money in the Bank and become a 2-time Money in the Bank winner, just like I said. Haters can go left. Haters can go left. But for Alexa Bliss and Charlotte, Alexa Bliss getting revenge on Charlotte Flair is needed for sure. It needs to happen, man. Like I said, I don't like the direction this shit is going. But I'm going to at least let it play out. I'm going to let it play out. There's a problem with a lot of these wrestling fans. They don't let shit play out. When something happens that they don't like, instead of them just letting it cook through and marinate through, they, no, that's fucked up, man. No, that don't make no sense. This and that, the third. Whoop-de-whoop. Shut the fuck up and let it play out. Let it play out first. This could lead to a setup. Y'all don't think. Think before you jump the gun. Let it play out first. When it don't play out the way you want through, when it cook and marinate and it don't play out the way you want to, the way it should have, okay, then you riot. Then you riot. Then you do a video and speak your mind. But I'm being honest. I didn't like the way it was going. I didn't like the way it was going, but I'm here to let it be known. I'm gonna let it play out first. I'm gonna let the shit play out first. Oh, I gotta get 2K25, my guy. Honestly, man, I don't like the game of controller configuration the way 2K23, 2K24, all them games are now. I like the controller configuration of 2K29. I ain't saying I still play it. I mean, I got the game. I can play it whenever I get ready, but you know, these new wrestling games coming out. You know what I'm saying? But I like the way the controller configuration was in WWE 2K19. But anyway, so like I said, man, yeah, I want to see Alexa Bliss get revenge on Charlotte. It needs to happen. If it don't, like I said, I write. But I'm gonna at least let it play out. You know, a lot of wrestling fans already jumping the gun. Man, no, that's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't let shit play out. They don't let shit play out, cook and marinate through. When they see something booked, you know what I'm saying, that they don't like, No, that's fucked up, man. Don't, you know what I'm saying? No, that don't make no sense. What sense that made? What I'm saying? Whoop, whoopity whoop. Instead of just letting it play out. Let it play out. Let it play out. Let it cook and marinate through. Let it play out first, cook and marinate through. So that's what I'm so that's exactly what I'm doing with Alexa Bliss and Charlotte. I want Alexa Bliss, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I want Alexa Bliss to get revenge on Charlotte. Although I don't like the way it's going right now, although I don't like the direction it's going, but I'm at least let it play out. And hopefully, like I said, it could lead to Alexa Bliss either setting up Charlotte Flair or something like that. Now, last night, last Friday on SmackDown, when Charlotte Flair came to the back, Alexa Bliss was back there talking to herself. Well, she was talking to her dog Lily. Charlotte Flair thought that Alexa Bliss was talking to her. So when she asked Alexa Bliss who was she talking to, Alexa Bliss said, I wasn't talking to you. And she put up the dog Lily to let Charlotte know that she was talking to the dog. I mean to her new dog. So right then, I pinpointed that as Alexa Bliss was reminding Charlotte of when she ripped her Lily doll apart. That's the way I took that. That's the way I took that. So I hope that is the exact case. I hope that's the exact case. Alexa Bliss was reminding Charlotte of when she ripped her Lily doll apart in the last match they had at Extreme Rules 4 years ago. So I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take that into. I'm gonna take that as Alexa Bliss was doing that. I ain't saying because she probably didn't, but I hope so. That's how it looked. That's definitely how it looked. This is why I'm just letting it play out. And hopefully it goes in my favor with Alexa Bliss getting revenge on Charlotte and getting her first pinfall off Charlotte. Because here's the thing: Alexa Bliss has beaten 3 of the 4 horsewomen also to become Women's World Champion. She beat Becky Lynch to win her first SmackDown Women's Championship. Then she went on to beat Bayley for the Raw Women's. Then you know what I'm saying? Like I said, Alexa Bliss has beaten 3 of the 4 horsewomen also to become champion. She dethroned Becky Lynch to win her first SmackDown Women's Championship. She dethroned Bayley to win her first Raw Women's Championship. And she also regained the Raw Women's Championship back from Sasha Banks. So those 3 of the 4 women that she has pinned. So Charlotte Flair is the only one she's never beaten. But check this out. Bayley, Becky Lynch, and Sasha Banks, aka Mercedes Moné, has beaten Charlotte Flair plenty of times in one-on-one matches. So how the hell can Alexa Bliss beat Charlotte Flair? At least one time. That makes no sense. How the hell can Alexa Bliss beat Charlotte Flair in a one-on-one match at least one time? When she's beaten all 3 of the 4 horsewomen before plenty of times. And all 3 of the 4 horsewomen has beaten Charlotte Flair before plenty of times. So how the hell, you know what I'm saying, Alexa Bliss, you know what I'm saying, is not able to beat Charlotte Flair in a one-on-one match? That makes no sense. Make it make sense. At least, you know what I'm saying, at least book Alexa Bliss to, you know what I'm saying, beat Charlotte Flair in a one-on-one match. It don't have to be for a title. I don't care if it's for a title. No, I just want Alexa Bliss to get revenge. I just want Alexa Bliss to get her first pinfall off Charlotte Flair in a one-on-one match. I don't give a fuck if it's a tag team match, a triple threat match, or a fatal 4-way match. It could be a no holds bar match, extreme rules match, cage, whatever. I just want Alexa Bliss to get her first pinfall off Charlotte. That's all I want. Even if they face off in a cage match, I want Alexa Bliss to get her first pinfall off Charlotte. That's all I just want. Alexa Bliss to get her first pinfall off Charlotte in whatever kind of match, so it could be on her resume that she's pinned all 4 of the 4 horsewomen. That's all I want. That's all I want. And it needs to happen. So once again, Alexa Bliss getting revenge on Charlotte Flair is needed. So I hope Triple H book this the right way. I hope he do the right thing. I know how Triple H don't book matches all that well neither. He don't really he shows favoritism just like Vince does. But he books a tad bit better than Vince. I don't care what nobody says. At least Triple H will put over some talent, unlike Vince ever did. All Vince did was majority of the time shove Charlotte Flair in our face as Women's World Champion and Brock Lesnar. He barely gave any of these female wrestlers or male wrestlers some shine as the women as you know what I'm saying, the women's and men's world, you know what I'm saying, champion that rightfully deserved it. Vince McMahon barely gave any of these female wrestlers in the women's division a shot at, you know what I'm saying, becoming women's world champion because he showed favoritism to Charlotte. And that's a whole fact. That's a whole damn fact. Because it want me to go in, I can go in. I got all my damn receipts. I got all my receipts. Just like when Becky Lynch dethroned Charlotte Flair at Hell in a Cell. What the hell happened after that? We kept saying Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair over, and over. Until Paige came out and was about to book another damn match with Becky Lynch versus Charlotte. Paige was about to come out there when she was the general manager in 2018 before she got injured. Well, she was injured then. She was the general manager for a little while. So Paige came out there, aka Saraya, was about to book another damn match with Becky Lynch defending her SmackDown Women's Championship against Charlotte Flair for the damn 13th time. And what the hell happened? All the female wrestlers on, you know what I'm saying, the SmackDown Women's roster came out there and finally called out the fuckery. Mandy Rose and Naomi both came out there and finally called out the fuckery that they are fed up and tired of Charlotte Flair getting shoved in their damn face and nobody else not getting on TV time and somebody else new face Becky Lynch for the Women's World title. And Paige, she had no damn choice but to listen to all the female wrestlers because she knew they were right, and she made Charlotte Flair ask, go ahead and get in line. Although it still didn't change anything because Charlotte Flair eventually won the title from Becky Lynch, although it was with the help of Lacey Evans because Lacey Evans and Becky Lynch was in a feud at that time being. So they did that to ease Charlotte Flair to come on in and beat Becky Lynch for one of those titles, and she wins the shit back. But what happened when Bayley beat Charlotte Flair for the title? What happened? Charlotte Flair won the damn thing back, right? So don't nobody tell me I'm hating on Charlotte Flair. I just tell the truth. Can she help the way she's booked? No, she can't. But that still don't mean I can't tell the truth about how privileged she is. And she's handled everything whether she deserved it or not. Those are just facts. They're just whole facts. That's all. They're just whole facts. People try to say that Alexa Bliss will hand it, you know what I'm saying, opportunity after opportunity and all that kind of shit. And I did a live video a long time ago on Facebook and my wrestling group before my first Facebook account got deleted. Video, and I broke it completely down how Alexa Bliss is not handed every opportunity like Charlotte Flair. I broke that shit down. I broke it down short and sweet. So Alexa Bliss needs to get revenge on Charlotte. Come on now. This has been long in the making. This needs to happen. At least Alexa Bliss get one pinfall off Charlotte. And like I said, it don't have to be for a title. It do not have to be for a title. I repeat, it do not have to be for a title. I just want Alexa Bliss to get her first pinfall off Charlotte. That's all I want. And it could be on her resume that she's beaten all four of the four horsewomen before. That's all I want. So they could possibly team up. Which is I don't want this shit. But if they team up and this lead to Alexa Bliss turning on Charlotte Flair in the process, and also, you know what I'm saying, getting her revenge on Charlotte Flair for what Charlotte Flair did to her dog Lily at Extreme Rules and their, you know what I'm saying, second match. And she get her first pinfall off Charlotte, then I'm all for it. I'm all for it. So this is why I'm gonna let it play out. Because I don't know what this could lead to. It might lead to something that I might like. So I'm gonna let it play out first. Because Alexa Bliss went in therapy behind what Charlotte Flair did to her dog. She took a long time to recover. So now she got the new dog. So I'm gonna let it play out, man. Agree to disagree all you want to. Agree to disagree all you want to. This is just my take. It needs to happen. Charlotte Flair needs to get that. Needs to get what she rightfully deserves by Alexa Bliss. You know. So hopefully, man, they book this the right way. So I'm gonna let it play out first. And like I said, how I know that Alexa Bliss didn't want to work with Charlotte. So this is another reason why I don't get way ahead of myself. Because y'all don't know, people get so pissed off for these female wrestlers not knowing that. How do you know they didn't want to work with this wrestler? Don't get me wrong, it's hard not to get pissed off. I get it. I get it. Nobody want to see our favorites lose a match that rightfully deserves it. But at the same time, you don't know if this was a mutual agreement. Just like Alexa Bliss, just not Alexa Bliss, but Liv Morgan lost the feud to Rhea Ripley, and Rhea Ripley won the fucking title back. I was beyond pissed. I was beyond pissed. I was hot. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, I turned from Raw for Netflix. I didn't watch no more I didn't watch no more nonsense of Raw on Netflix. I turned from that shit when Liv Morgan lost that feud in that title to Rhea Ripley. I was beyond pissed. I was hot. I was on fire. I felt like I was about to turn into the, you know what I'm saying, Ghost Rider. That's how pissed off I was. Because it was complete fucking bullshit. So, so hopefully it goes in my favor with Alexa Bliss. Because when Liv Morgan lost that title to Rhea, when Liv Morgan lost that title to Rhea Ripley, no, she lost it. When Liv Morgan lost that feud that title to Rhea Ripley, I was beyond pissed, man. I was hot. I, I was on fire. I was on fire. Like I said, I thought I was about to turn into the damn Ghost Rider, man. That's how pissed off I was, and I turned for all Netflix, didn't watch no more because it was bullshit. Liv Morgan should have got her WrestleMania moment as Women's World Champion, and Alexa Bliss, Alexa Bliss versus Liv Morgan would have cooked, and I would have wanted to see I would have wanted to see Alexa Bliss the throne. Yeah, I would have wanted to see Alexa Bliss the throne Liv Morgan for the Women's World Title in a great match. But Alexa Bliss walks out as the new Women's World Champion. Oh, Saturday night's main event was good last night, man. It was pretty good. It was a great show. It was a decent show to me. It was a decent show. Every match cooked in my book. Reed coming back. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'll be looking forward to that. Yeah, I laughed my ass off when R-Truth came out there with John Cena tight on and had the same music. I thought that was quite hilarious. Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna let it play out, man. I'm gonna let it play out with Alexa Bliss. I'm gonna let it play out at least, which is it should, you know. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm not worried about it at all. You know, I'm gonna just, like I said, I'm gonna let it play out. I'm gonna just let it cook. I'm gonna let it marinate through. Because, like I said, if Alexa Bliss teams up with Charlotte, this could lead to Alexa Bliss turning on Charlotte Flair in the process and reminding her of what she did to her doll Lily in their last match. You know? Subscribe to my channel, man. Subscribe to my channel. I forgot the name of Heyman new group. I forgot. They got a new recruiter in there, I see. They got Bronson Reed in there. He fits just like a glove. They're gonna be dominant for a long time. But like I said, man, Seth Rollins gonna get the same exact treatment Roman Reigns did. Listen, Roman Reigns went on a 5-year run with Paul Heyman, and he was dominant to the max. Roman Reigns was dominant. Roman Reigns was dominant at his best. Roman Reigns was dominant at his very best. He had the bloodline. He had the Usos in his corner. Solo Sikoa, Paul Heyman as his wise man, of course, and Sami Zayn. So he had a strong stable. He had a strong stable. He was unbeatable for a while. We know why he took any dirty tactic to retain that title. But I get it. Hey, a win is a win. He went from he did every dirty tactic to retain his title. But you know what I'm saying? A win is a win. You know, if you cheat to win, a win is a win. So he held that damn title for a long time. And I was all for it. Roman Reigns ain't one of my favorite wrestlers, but I do like Roman Reigns, and I like what he did with the bloodline. You know, they were pretty powerful, man. That was a powerful stable. Yeah, they were pretty powerful. So Seth Rollins on his way to being another powerful stable too. So he's gonna be pretty powerful for a long time. It might be the same thing. He might don't know if it may go to 5 years or not, but I'm gonna probably give it a year or two, or 3 years at the max. We're gonna see. Anything's possible. I gotta say, I don't like Seth Rollins. He's a hypocrite. The dude's a hypocrite. But they've been cooking with Paul Heyman being in his corner. He got Braun Breaker on his team on his side, and now Bronson Reed. They've been cooking. I got to give him that. I don't have to like her. I don't have to not like a wrestler to give them credit. Seth Rollins, he's one of my favorite wrestlers, but I don't necessarily have a dislike for him. He's just a hypocrite. He's a hypocrite. You know, talked about how Roman Reigns is how Seth Rollins is such a cancer in the business, and you want to sit up here and try to victimize Roman Reigns when you the one that turned your back on Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose and broke up the Shield almost a decade ago. You know? So no, he's a hypocrite. He's a hypocrite. Pretty sure a lot of people would agree. But yeah, man, like I said, I'm not worrying about it. I believe Alexa Bliss is going to get her get back. She needs to get her get back at Charlotte. It's needed. It's needed. She needs to get her first pinfall off Charlotte. That's all I want. Cause like I said, well, at first I didn't know that Alexa Bliss was set to take time off and work on her marriage when her and Charlotte Flair faced off for the second time at Extreme Rules for the Roman Championship. Was I shocked Charlotte retained? No, not at all. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, was I shocked that Charlotte Flair retained the Extreme Rules? No. You know what I'm saying? Not at all. But I felt Alexa Bliss should have won because I'm like, after building her character, y'all book her to look weak to Charlotte Flair and rip the damn doll apart like it had no invincible powers. So that pissed me off all the max, you know. That pissed me off at the max, you know what I'm saying? When Alexa Bliss lost to Charlotte Flair for the second time in Extreme Rules, that you know what I'm saying, pissed me off, you know what I'm saying? I was on fire. I was hot. I was on fire, man. Like I said, I thought about to turn it to the Ghost Rider. So I was pissed off, man. But until I realized Alexa Bliss was going to take time, so I said, okay, understandable. But that she still could have won by a 10 count out or at least a disqualification, and Charlotte Flair spoiled ass retained the title. They could have did like that. But no, Vince McMahon wanted to do shit the other way around. But not just that, Alexa Bliss lost in her hometown and booked Charlotte Flair to rip her dog to shreds like it had on down power. So I said, okay, man, boy, I was pissed. I was beyond pissed. So this time, man, revenge getting on Charlotte Flair is needed. Now that Vince stepped down, I hope Triple H makes the right call. And he books Alexa Bliss to get her first pinfall off Charlotte and avenge her dog Lily for what Charlotte did to it 4 years ago at Extreme Rules. It needs to happen, man. It needs to happen. Like I said from the beginning of my video, if Alexa Bliss don't get revenge on Charlotte Flair, I riot. But far as Money in the Bank, Alexa Bliss is my pick. I want her to become a two-time Money in the Bank winner, and Roxanne Perez is my backup pick. So I'm well aware Alexa Bliss may not win, but she's still my main pick regardless. Alexa Bliss is still my main pick regardless. I want her to become a two-time Money in the Bank winner. But I definitely got Roxanne Perez as my backup pick because she could be the obvious choice to win it, being that it's her first time in there. And a lot of people hate on Roxanne. You know what I'm saying? Roxanne Perez happens to be one of my favorite female wrestlers too, just like Alexa Bliss, although I like Alexa Bliss better. And a lot of people hate on, I be saying people hate on Roxanne Perez. I ain't gonna say no names, but you know what I'm saying? But some dude that does live videos constantly, he hates on Roxanne Perez to a fucking T. He hates on her like to a T. And Roxanne Perez, without a shot of a doubt, is main event material. She's main event material. There's no denying that shit. She proved she was main event material in NXT. So, if booked correctly on the main roster, she can be a huge star. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I be saying some people hate on Roxanne Perez. One dude video that I watched a few times, he hates on Roxanne Perez. I ain't gonna say no names because I don't want to be starting no problems. Well, I ain't scared to start no problems, but I just ain't got time for that. You know what I'm saying? Social media beef. Ain't got time for that shit. But some hating ass dude, some hating ass dude watched his video and he was just hating on Roxanne Perez to the max. Talking about he don't know what people seeing her. Even try to say, you know what I'm saying, she had a horrible looking face. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck are you looking at? Roxanne Perez is gorgeous. You the one got a damn horrible looking face. And he really does have a horrible looking face. On even mustache shit, he want to talk about Roxanne Perez has a horrible face. When you the one with a damn horrible looking face, he's always somebody that's ugly. Want to call somebody that's nice looking that's ugly. And he got a nerve. Don't get me wrong, Bailey one of my favorites. But as far as who look better between Roxanne Perez and Bailey, Roxanne Perez looks 10 times better than Bailey. But the fact that he said Roxanne Perez has a horrible looking face, I said, this dude had really slipped and bumped his damn head. Ain't a damn thing wrong with Roxanne Perez. This woman she's gorgeous. She got a beautiful smile and she has those beautiful bedroom eyes. But now Twitch is on, man. Definitely not going for real. Definitely not going for real. But to each his own. If that's who you support, that's who you support. But for everybody that's watching my video, man, subscribe to my YouTube channel, man, and turn on my notifications where you won't catch. Where you can catch my live videos. You know, so when I go live up here. But so yeah, Roxanne Perez gets some hate. She gets hate. She gets heat a little bit. She gets hate. So the dude that I just said hating on Roxanne Perez, talking about she got a horrible looking face and all that kind of shit, when he's doing with a horrible looking face, uneven mustache and shit. You know what I'm saying? And this woman is by far not ugly. This woman is far from ugly. Roxanne Perez is far from having a horrible face. But besides looks, he shits on Roxanne Perez real bad, say how she can't wrestle, all that kind of shit. But like I said, man, Roxanne Perez is a main event star. If pushed properly, it's pushed properly. He said she got no pop when they wrestle. I'm gonna check back and look at the video because Roxanne Perez is a star. She can wrestle. She delivers. Just like he tried to say that Roxanne Perez versus Bailey, that match don't make sense because Roxanne Perez is much, you know what I'm saying, smaller and shorter than Bailey. What the fuck that got to do with anything? I seen Roxanne Perez wrestle big, tall women like Lola. I mean, like Lash Legend, and she beat Lash Legend. Look how fucking, look how fucking tall, you know what I'm saying, Lash Legend is compared to Roxanne Perez. Lash Legend can look, Lash Legend can look clean over Roxanne Perez. Lash Legend tall as hell, and she's not small. And Roxanne Perez beat her in a one-on-one match a couple of years ago. Before she reached her main event spot, before she became a main eventer. So miss me with that shit. So Alexa Bliss is my top main pick. Alexa Bliss is my top main pick. Who I want to win and become a two-time Money in the Bank winner. But I definitely got Roxanne Perez as my backup pick if Alexa Bliss don't win. Roxanne Perez is my backup pick. So all this hate, man, you know. So like I said, hopefully Alexa Bliss get revenge on Charlotte Flair because I will be letting it play out. I'm gonna let it play out. I'm not gonna think way ahead of myself and jump the gun. Bro, how many times you gonna keep saying you want Rhea to win? I know that. Ain't you the same person in my chat that kept saying the same shit over and over? Okay, all right, I know. Okay, I see you a fan of Rhea Ripley. I I got it. See you a fan of Rhea Ripley. I got it. Let me get you out of here, man. Let me get you out of here. I had to block his ass. But anyway, man. So so far, I'm gonna just let this play out. I'm gonna let this play out between Alexa Bliss. I'm gonna let this play out with Alexa Bliss. Hopefully, like I said, this lead to Alexa Bliss getting revenge on Charlotte, which it needs to happen. And then I noticed that they kept dropping the ball with Alexa Bliss too. They kept dropping the ball with her. So hopefully this time, man, they do things the right way. It happens the right way. So I'm gonna just let it play out for the meantime. I'm gonna let it play out. If Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair happen to team up, I'm not gonna like that shit. It's gonna piss me off a little bit still because I don't want them to team up. I just want to see Alexa Bliss just flat out get revenge on Charlotte Flair, avenge her dog Lily, and get her revenge on Charlotte Flair by pinning Charlotte Flair for the first time. So I'm not gonna say when they team up, I'm not gonna like this shit. It's gonna piss me off a little bit, but I'm gonna at least let it play out. You know what I'm saying? So if it leads to Alexa Bliss trending on, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just let it play out. I'm not gonna. It's gonna piss me off a little bit when Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair team up. Like I said, I'm gonna just let it play out because it can lead to Alexa Bliss turning on Charlotte Flair and getting her revenge on her and avenging her dog Lily. And you know what I'm saying? Alexa Bliss gets her first, you know what I'm saying, pinfall, you know what I'm saying, off her. So I'm gonna let it happen. Alexa Bliss, you know, so I'm gonna just let it play out. I'm gonna let it play out. Cause this could lead if Alexa Bliss shot for a team up. I'm not gonna like shit. I'm gonna be pissed off a little bit, but like I said, I'm gonna let it play out. Cause this could lead to Alexa Bliss turning on Charlotte Flair and she avenge her dog Lily and get her first pinfall off Charlotte. So just like I said, just I'm gonna just let it play out. Yeah, LA Knight. What's going on, man? What's going on? What's going on? Doing a little wrestle talk. So just let the shit play out. Let it play out. Let it play out. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe to my channel, yo. Yeah, LA Knight. Subscribe to my channel right now. And turn on my notifications where you won't miss my live videos when I go live next time. I'm about to shut this thing down. I done been up here for almost an hour. Yeah, I did actually, man. I did. Yeah. To me, Saturday Night Main Event was a solid card. I don't know how everybody else agree with it, but it was a solid card to me. Every match cooked. Every match cooked. They all did their thing. Every match cooked. It was a pretty decent. It was a pretty decent show. It was a decent show. Yeah, subscribe to my channel, man, and turn on my notifications where you won't miss my live videos. Yeah, I love talking about wrestling, man. I love talking about wrestling. I'm trying to help my channel grow. I don't do this for views, likes, and attention. I do this because I love it. I do this because I naturally love it. And check out my short clip videos too. I do a lot of short clip videos. You like Jay as champ? Yeah, he he cool. He cool for the most part. Jay Uso, he ain't one of my favorite wrestlers, but I do like him. All of my favorite male wrestlers are legends. Now, don't get me wrong. I got some new current male wrestlers I like, but they just don't do it for me as being my favorites. You know what I'm saying? I prefer, you know what I'm saying, the old school wrestlers as my favorites. I like old school wrestling the most. Now, as far as the female wrestlers, yeah, that's a different story. I got plenty of new current fair female wrestlers that are my favorites. Now Trish Stratus, she's my first favorite. Now Trish Stratus is my first favorite female wrestler of the Attitude Era. But back then, you didn't have too many talented wrestlers back then that would wrestle. They was more so mediocre, constantly, breaking the internet and shit. Well, not breaking the internet because we didn't have that, but constantly being on TV, sexualizing themselves. Even Trish Stratus, but at least Trish, it was a respect. It was a certain amount of respect with Trish Stratus. She did make up for it by wrestling, and so did Lita. Lita's not one of my favorite wrestlers either, but I did always like Lita, but I like Trish Stratus way better. Then Mickey James came along later on down the line, and she over sexualized herself too. But Mickey James became, you know what I'm saying, another one of my set. Yeah, so when Mickey James came along or whatever, Mickey James became my second favorite female wrestler. When she debuted in WWE in like 2005, 2006, she became my second favorite female wrestler. But Trish Stratus is my first favorite female wrestler of the Attitude Era. I didn't go against Trish Stratus for nobody in the Attitude Era, Ruthless Aggression Era. But now things have changed. Alexa Bliss is my top favorite female wrestler, just like Trish Stratus, but I like Alexa Bliss better than Trish Stratus. I don't go against Alexa Bliss for nobody. Liv Morgan's one of my top favorite female wrestlers too. Alexa Bliss and Liv Morgan are my top two favorite female wrestlers. I like both of them equally. You know what I'm saying? Natalia, one of my top favorites too. You know what I'm saying? I like Alexa Bliss, you know what I'm saying, Liv Morgan and Natalia equally. I don't go against them for nobody. You know what I'm saying? But Nah, I don't care for Rhea Ripley no more. I used to like Rhea Ripley back. I was a fan of Rhea Ripley a couple of years ago, but now, man, I can't get behind her character no more. She done became this entitled whiny brat, and I just can't get behind it. I can't get behind her no more. I was pissed off. She won the feud and the title back from Liv Morgan. You know what I'm saying? Liv Morgan shouldn't have lost that feud, as I said before. Liv Morgan should have kept that title and got her WrestleMania moment this year. So when Liv Morgan lost that title in that feud to Rhea Ripley on Raw Netflix, I turned from Raw Netflix, didn't watch no more of that shit. That's how pissed off I was. I was on fire because that was complete bullshit. So no, I'm not a fan of Rhea. She became a whiny crybaby. She became a robotic crybaby. It's like she got added to a match that had nothing to do with her. You know what I'm saying? How the fuck she gets added to a WrestleMania match when her name was on the contract? She just signed her name and demand Adam Pearce to put her in a match. This is why this, this is why Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler got nonsense pissed the fuck off. And they had every reason to. I don't blame neither one of them for getting pissed off. Because when the fuck did that become a thing? Somebody whine and cry and they get added to a match and lost the title. Didn't even ask for a rematch. Didn't even ask for a rubber match against Io Sky. Just demanded she be in the match. Even Bianca Belair called this shit out. Even Bianca Belair, she got pissed off and called this shit out. Because it was bullshit. It was complete bullshit. And now what happened? Now what? Rhea Ripley gets another shot at Io Sky for the damn women's world title. And Io Sky is one of my favorite female wrestlers too. All right, see you later, man. I'm about to shut this thing down anyway. But like I said, I get it. I get it. I get it. Rhea Ripley is Triple H's golden girl. Rhea Ripley is Triple H's golden girl. He shows a lot of favoritism with her. But like I said, man, what needs to happen? Alexa Bliss needs to get revenge on Charlotte. She needs to get revenge on Charlotte. It needs to happen. So I hope Triple H booked this the right way, man. Hope he booked this the right way. But yeah, Rhea Ripley, man, yeah. And then let's not let this shit. I'm gonna finish. Rhea Ripley. Why did Rhea Ripley need to be in this women's Money in the Bank match? Please answer me that shit. Please answer me that. Why did Rhea need to be in this match? Kyrie Sane just fucking returned. Shouldn't she have been the obvious choice to be in this match? But see, this goes to just what the hell I just said. Triple H showing favoritism with Rhea Ripley. Triple H is Rhea Ripley's cuck boy. Rhea Ripley is Triple H's golden girl. So Triple H basically he booked Rhea Ripley to take a steaming diarrhea on Kyrie Sane's return. Tell me if I'm telling lies. He booked Rhea Ripley to take a steaming diarrhea on Kyrie Sane's return. She should have been in that damn match, not Rhea Ripley. But I get it. I get it. It's a favoritism thing with Rhea Ripley. Now, is it her fault? No, absolutely not. I'm not taking it out on her. But I got the right to call out that she's privileged. Because it's facts. It's facts on damn facts. She did not need to be in this match. Kyrie Sane should have been in this match. So Triple H, he took a steaming diarrhea on Kairi Sane's in-ring return. He took a steaming diarrhea on Kairi Sane's in-ring return. Kairi Sane should have gotten that. Kairi Sane should have gotten that. No, I'm saying spot in Women's Money in the Bank. But now Triple H wants to take a damn. No, I'm saying steaming diarrhea on her in-ring return. But like I said, but I'm going to shut this video down. So like I said, I'm gonna let this play out with Alexa Bliss. I'm gonna let this play out with Alexa Bliss getting revenge on Charlotte, which I hope she does get revenge on Charlotte. Like I said, Alexa Bliss getting revenge on Charlotte Flair is needed. So with that being said, man, I'm gonna shut this thing down. Thanks for everybody commenting and sharing your thoughts and all that. And once again, subscribe to my YouTube channel and turn on my notifications button so you won't miss my live videos. So with that being said, it's your boy Hitman D. I'm signing out.